Come, shalom, all to the Most High for Sabbath, man. Right, another bringing up so brothers, the name class street on the with because of the things going on like that. But for Sabbath, right, we got to holy. You bring up
like I said, type of street same a lot of things. But like once again, Saturday, holy more gotta get holy, That's like up the street. Keep it Saturday, man. If you every Saturday, only thing you're doing is going out to the beach, man. Shouldn't be out to the street, go buy some night trees, naive shots. Saturday. If you go to the street, man, go back to the shit. Nobody, man. The count Saturday, because once again, the holy most high. We got holy. So we got
this is Exodus 20 and verse number 8. Remember Sabbath day to be holy.
Says what Sabbath day to be holy. We all the elders, so we got to keep it a separate day. Similar, keep your birthdays, your world birthdays. Hey, y'all, world, man. All the stuff, that, he ain't most ain't good. Icy, he ain't doing it. But this is what you do, man. Y'all be like crazy. Y'all be sickling y'all way on the Sabbath. Y'all do it these days. Y'all keep the Sabbath. Read on.
6 days labor, they do all the work.
It says days labor water. So you got 6 days, you got 6 days to take care of business. Take the business in those 6 days. Because on Saturday, you have days. You have more than time to plan. Why do it days on the day, man? Oh, I do this. I got this, man, that don't mean nothing, bro. I'm gonna buck. It don't mean nothing, man. The Sabbath day, you got to keep it holy, man, unto the Most High. You got 6 days, do what you got to do, man. If your job kind of cutting into that, hey, man, go buy on Thursday, man. Go buy your groceries on Thursday. Get ready for the Sabbath day. You got multiple accounts, man. But the Sabbath day shall be holy unto the Most High. You got to keep it holy unto the Most High. So you got 6 days, do what you got to do. Read on now.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. From Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is the Sabbath day of the Most High God, man. You can't do nothing on that day, man. You're supposed to sit down and rest, man. Rest unto the Most High. Read. Hey, man, if you're hungry, eat some fruits, sandwiches, man. Eat a cold serving of ravioli. You got to do that, man. You feel me? Like, you got to do multiple things, man. That's if you're hungry, do that, man. Hey, right. On the Sabbath day, man, you can't kind of prepare a feast on that day, man. You can't kind of get off the line at camp and go buy a bucket of chicken, man.
Right.
Most I ain't dealing with that, man. On the Sabbath day, man, this is what you got to do. But the 7th day is the Sabbath day. You got to keep that holy unto the Most High. Read on. Right?
In it, thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
So on the 7th day, on the Sabbath day, man, you shouldn't be doing no work. Not only you, but anyone that dwells in your house shouldn't be doing no work on those days. Like I said, you got 6 days, do what you got to do, man. Clean up during those 6 days, man. So the Sabbath day, you can chill out, man. You can chill out, man. Do the laundry, man. Hey, figure out a plan, man. Work a plan towards the Sabbath day, man. I know Friday night down to Saturday night down to Sabbath day. Hey, Monday we finna go wash the clothes, man. We finna go wash the clothes, get that done with, so it don't interfere with the Sabbath day. So we ain't gotta do it during the Sabbath day. Same thing with grocery shopping. We going grocery shopping on Thursday, man. Things like that, man. Don't find ways to try to do things on the Sabbath day, man. You got 6 days. You got more than enough days to prepare. You and your family, man, that dwell in your household, man. Now, we know sometimes it is what it is, man. Sometimes brothers and sisters might be in a situation where they might have some some brothers and sisters or they family members that might not keep the law, statute, commandments, man. They might not know what they doing, man. They might not keep the Sabbath day, man. That shouldn't stop you from keeping the Sabbath day, man. Hey, like the brother Ayar was saying, hey, once you know better, man. You got to do it, man. So once you come into the knowledge of the Sabbath day, man, you got to keep it. No matter if the person around you or not is keeping it, man. Some things is out of your control, man. But hey, you still got to keep that bad boy holy. And I'm going to go with my next account with the Sabbath day. But let me get the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 13. We're going to read to 14. Like I say, at the end of the day, man, keep the Sabbath day holy, man. It's going to keep you out them streets, which we ultimately going to be bringing out today, man, because there's a lot of things going on in these Hebrew streets, man. A lot of things been going on, man. We all know that the streets are a wicked place, man. But hey, we're going to bring it out. We're going to bring awareness to it, man, because it is what it is, man. You got to bring it up, man. We got to warn our brothers and sisters, man. The streets ain't the way. It's not the way, man. It's just not. The streets is of the world, man. And if you want to be in the streets, man, you're going to get did in like the world, man. You're going to get did in like Diddy, man. Bring it out.
That's the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse number 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, and the holy of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure.
So if you keep the Sabbath day, man, if you start to keep the Sabbath day as the delight, man, if you start to plan your week towards the Sabbath day, do multiple things to make sure you don't profane the Sabbath day, man. Read on that.
Nor speaking thine own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it.
You're going to have a high place in the highs and the most high, man. You're going to find different ways, man. Hey, man, you're going to understand these scriptures more, man. Once you keep the Sabbath day holy, man. You're going to understand these scriptures more. You're going to understand how to move more as a saint of the most high, man. You're going to understand multiple things once you keep the Sabbath day. But keeping the Sabbath day is one of the main things that's important, man. It should be step number one when you come into the truth, man. Don't try to look for the deep breakdowns, this and that, the Leviathan breakdowns and all that, man. Just focus on keeping the Sabbath day, man.
Right.
Focus on breaking that. Keeping the Sabbath, not breaking that. You know what I meant. But focus on keeping the Sabbath day holy, man. Don't focus on the deep breakdowns and stuff when you first coming in, man. Don't focus on this, but hey, you see that brother right there, man? Why he not wearing fringes, man? I thought you said he's supposed to be wearing. Hey, man, focus on the Sabbath day, man. Keep your focus on that, man.
Salaki. Don't even focus on Esau, man.
No,
all right.
Right.
Just because you can cut up Esau, that doesn't make you mighty up in the truth, right? You got all your energy focused on Esau and how he gonna be destroyed, right? That's not the way to go. And the scriptures tell us not to worry about that. Real quick, let's get 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse number 13. It's 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse number 13. And therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished. So you're not even supposed to be worried about how they're going to be punished, how the other nation's going to be punished, how the ungodly is going to be punished. Can you read it? And when? But inquire how the righteous shall be saved, who the world is, and for whom the world is created. So it's basically telling you to worry about you. Stay up in your lane, man. Especially when coming into the truth.
Especially.
Right? Worry about yourself and worry about your own walk. I believe there's a scripture that says that if the ungodly speak down on Satan, they wrong at their own self, right? In a certain type of manner, roughly paraphrasing. Right? Let me find that real quick.
But basically, let me back on what the brother's saying, man. You gotta, man, you gotta focus on you, especially when you first come into this bad boy, man. Right. You gotta build your spirit up, man. And keeping the Sabbath day is huge with that, man.
Right.
You can't, hey man, you can't expect to go out here. Hey man, hey, Sluck it. Like the brother brought out a few weeks ago, man. We seen the account of the brother from out here in Chicago, West Side. Oh, I forgot the brother name, Richard, man. His name was something Richard, man. I forgot young Richard or something like that. The brother, man, was going into Amalek like crazy, man. Going to Amalek. Oh, yeah, you know, we the real true Jews, this and that. But then keep it damn low.
Right.
The man got exposed for not having zigzags, man. They have no fringes on. Wasn't keeping the Sabbath day, man.
Wasn't following the Bible, man.
Wasn't following the Bible, man.
Got cut up by Amalek.
Got
man.
cut up by Amalek, man.
While you're trying to press him, you know that the Israelites are the true Jews. And he say, what he said? He said, then why are you not wearing zits?
Why you not
right?
wearing
Why are you
zits,
not
man?
following the Bible?
Man, he
right?
never made another video after that, man.
Right, about the
That
Israelites.
That man was traveling, man. That man was traveling all over New York, going to the tunnels and all this and that.
Right.
That is man back in the west side of Chicago, man.
Right, doing
not to be seen.
Nah, he's seen. He freestyling on beats, man.
Freestyling on beats,
man.
man.
Right? He telling Amalek as if Amalek don't know who we are.
Saying.
Like
right.
it's unprofitable to try to tell them who we are. They already know, and they know that. Hey, you ain't keeping the laws. You ain't proving it. You ain't proving that you a Jew or anything like that. You just saying it, and that's that's the problem with a lot of our people. You just saying it, but you not walking the walk like you talk the talk.
Or
you
even
all
trying.
bark, no bite.
Right. Get the book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse number 27. Sirach, chapter 21 and verse number 27.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse number 27.
Bring it up.
When the ungodly curses Satan, he curses his own soul.
Read that one more time.
When the ungodly curses Satan, he curses his own soul.
Now, that's playing upon tables, man. But why do they curse their own souls, man? When they cursing Satan out, man? It's because they're showing themselves to be a hypocrite. Right? Get the book of Job, chapter 27 and verse number 13. Right?
It's
the
really
thing, this,
go ahead.
God, the same judgment that the ungodly is going to give is basically the same judgment that the heathens are going to get. Right? So the ungodly is cursing Satan. You curse your own soul because you show yourself to be a hypocrite because the Lord sees you as a Gentile just like them. If you're ungodly, if you're not trying to walk according to the ways of the Most High God. So you got to be careful, man. You got to tiptoe up in this truth. You can't just hit the ground running. You got to tiptoe and make sure that every step is a correct step. You don't want to step on no eggshells up in this truth. You want to get as close to perfect as you can up in this walk. Bring that out real quick.
Book of Job, what?
Job chapter 27 and verse number 13.
Okay. It's the book of Job, chapter 27, and verse number 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God.
Right.
And the heritage of an oppressor.
And the what?
And the heritage of an oppressor.
This is the portion of a wicked man with God and the oppressor. Both of their judgments are exactly the same. Right? Keep reading.
Which they shall receive of the Almighty.
Right.
If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword.
Right.
And his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
Right. Keep reading.
Those that remain of him shall be buried in death.
See, they're going to be buried up in death. The same thing for the oppressor is the same thing for the ungodly man. Keep reading.
His widow shall not weep.
Right.
Though he harp up silver as the dust and prepare remnant as the clay. He may prepare it, but it shall be put it on. But thou shalt put it on, and the ignorant shall divide the silver.
So, and the what? Let me see.
And the innocent.
And the innocent shall divide the silver. So look at what Diddy going through, man. All them CEOs that dropped from their CEO positions, man. When Diddy got put up on trial for the things that he was going on, that he had going on, all his freak off parties, right? You different to call your party a freak off party, right? Seen a video. He was talking to all the old alumni, man, right? A room full of 60 and 70 year olds, man. And he in that thing like, yeah, I know what y'all used to do up in 77. Dance. and then he lick his lips, man.
And then what else he said? He said, "Ain't nothing
Ain't-
like a Diddy party.
Ain't no
And
party
then
like
licked
a
his lips
Diddy
again,
party.
like,
Hey, man.
and then you see the elders, they like,
Yeah.
what you
It's
what you
lucky.
mean by that?
It's lucky. I know y'all seen that video, man. When Diddy had the white man's passed out, it was like I got asked the question, man. What happened to the white man at the Diddy party?
And then he said, here he go. He's just out of it. You know, he had the phone up in the air, like he's right here, but he's all right.
I seen that video. I was like, yeah, Diddy finished. Diddy finished, man.
Yeah,
He cooked.
Salaki. See, another rapper just came out saying he was at a Diddy party, and Diddy was like, "Oh, we just signed a new deal between me and French Montana," and he said Diddy came out sweating, and French Montana came out sweating. He was like, that deal was of something else. All right, they both came out of the room sweating, huh? All right, that industry is not safe, especially if you going into a Diddy party, man.
You see that, man? And so these streets ain't nothing to play with, man.
He said nothing to play with, man.
Right?
You go get dead in like Diddy, coming out sweaty, man.
Coming out sweaty.
Hey, because that lake gonna be hot, boy. That fire gonna be hot, man. You hear me, man? That fire gonna be hot.
Right.
Gonna be sweating like Diddy.
So
see that?
So let's, hey, man.
I got a quick precept.
Bring out your precept.
Let's get right, chapter 1. And let's start at verse number 29. All right. Like Gabar was talking about, right? Like how some of our people are hypocrites, right? But this is also going to tie into that Diddy situation as well. All right, bring that out when you got it.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse number 29.
Bring it up.
Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest.
So you don't want to be a hypocrite in the sight of men, because it ends up coming back on to you, right? That's why the Most High told you to take heed to what you say. Take heed to what thou speakest, right? You got to watch what you say, because eventually, if you lying, right, it's going to end up coming, the truth is going to end up coming out, man, right? And it's going to bite you where it hurt, right? Everybody thought that Diddy was just the one. He was cold. He was raw at everything that he did, until coming to find out all this wickedness that he did, man.
Man, he was raw at everything that he did behind closed doors.
Disgusting.
Madness, man. Sick.
Baby oil everywhere, man.
Right.
And then his lawyer tried to say, I don't know nothing about 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Like, you know what's going on, man. You know exactly what's going on.
Like, think about it. How
and it wasn't only baby oil there.
Saying, but think about it. Like, how can you explain that, man? How can you explain that?
Can't.
Because we seen the picture of Diddy, man, have the pants down. On stage, performing with the pants down. No, he ain't got no song for that bad boy, man. Diddy barely make music like it is, but he most definitely ain't got a song like that, man. With the pants down, man. And the dang knees was still ashy, man. The man got 1,000. Hey, the man bought the whole Johnson & Johnson up, man. He pretty much got a share in Johnson & Johnson at this point.
Right.
Pretty much got a share of it. And your knees still ashy, man.
Yeah.
It ain't adding up, man. It ain't adding up. Like, come on, man. $1,000. How can you explain that?
It wasn't even, look, it was 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Right. 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
You can't explain that, man. Let's read on that.
Come on.
Verse 30.
Exalt not thyself, lest thy fail, and bring dishonor upon thy soul.
Read that again.
Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thine soul.
And look at that, man. Instead of Diddy did it. He did exalt himself. But who also helped out on that? Esau, man.
Yeah.
Right? The industry. Right? Helped exalt him. And he got so caught up in his ways to now, the Most High caused him to fall. Brought dishonor upon his own soul. Right? Read on.
And so God discovered thy secret.
And now the secrets is coming out about the industry, about all these rappers, right? All these rappers that our people looked up to, man. The truth is coming out about them, right? These rappers are frauds, man. They not who they say they are. They're puppets for the system, man. Right? But they secret parts is being shown or manifested through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai to show you, all this was a lie. All this was just of a theater, man, a movie that was false. Read on.
And cast thee down in the midst of the congregation.
Now they at the lowest point, at their lowest. You might have been a millionaire. Now you finna sit in jail. Diddy tried to bribe the judge of what, $10 million?
Yeah, man.
That didn't work. And you know how America love money, but they ain't even take that money. Right, read on.
And cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit.
Right? And that's exactly how Diddy was, man. Right? All this happened because he didn't come into the truth of the fear of the Lord, right? And we don't know, but most likely, right, Diddy heard something about this truth.
Right.
There was at this point in time in 2024, everybody should have been hearing about Hebrew Israelites, man. All over the country, 4 corners of the earth, man. We're in the beginning of sorrows, man. The end is getting ready to start. World War III is getting ready to kick off. All that was prophesied when this truth was going to go out to the 4 corners of the earth. But there were some people that rejected it. And it says, but thy heart is full of deceit. He lied for many years, man.
Right.
We seeing old videos with him and Biggie Smalls, man.
Yeah.
We listening back to Biggie Smalls' music, and
like, wow, he ain't never say that.
Like, come on. He talking about Diddy. Come on. He talking about Diddy, right? And the things he said is like, yo, were you part of that Diddy situation? And then it's just so happened Biggie, he get knocked off, man. Why? Why did Biggie get knocked off though? Was Biggie gonna go to the public about Diddy? There's a lot of things that come out, man.
Hey.
Right? But all of this was full of deceit. America done lied to you. America's puppets, which are these rappers, man, these celebrities, done lied to you. The only people that's telling you the truth in these last days is the Hebrew Israelites, man.
Right.
That's the only people. All right, y'all got it.
Con, that ultimately leads us to the case, man. The Diddy situation. It ultimately leads us to the case. You feel me? That the streets ain't safe, man. The streets ain't nothing to play with, man. You got the Diddy situation, man. You got multiple situations. Hey, let's get the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10. Ties into the Diddy situation perfectly. Let me get the book of Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18. 16 and 18, man. Because it plays into the Diddy situation perfectly. The love of money. That's something that's perfect in these streets, man. That's the main, that be Jake's main objective when it comes to these streets, man. Get to the money, get to the bag, man. I'm going to get to the bag no matter what, man. I don't care who in my way, I'm going to knock them off, man. That was the story of Snowfall, man. That was pretty much the whole plot of Snowfall, man. I'm trying to be at the top of the crack pyramid, man. Selling crack to my people, man. I'm trying to be at the absolute top. You seen all the scenes, man. Snowfall, I think, ran for like, what, 8-10 seasons, man? 8-10 seasons, man. You got multiple death monologues, man. I remember there was a scene, man. They had a little Jake as the employee, man. Little Jake as the employee, man. They whacked him off at the beginning, man. They ended up whacking him off at the beginning of it, man.
Right.
Man was like, I'm sorry I couldn't get it done, man. Man, I forgot his name, man, but the actor, man, Iris, whatever the name is, man. Got my man, punched him to the ground, man. Gave the man the Glock. He shot him. Ended the man right here, man. That's the main objective when it comes to Jake in these streets, man. Get to the money by any means necessary. So bring that precept back. Book of 1 Timothy's verse.
Call it again.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 in verse number 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
It says the love of money is the root of all evil, man. Our people, that's kind of that's a form of idolatry, man. Being specific, man. Like really is, man. The love of money to the point where, no matter what, I'm gonna get to the bag, man. Having that mindset, man, it's dangerous, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's dangerous, man. That's the mindset of our people that's in these streets, man. Our brothers and sisters that's out here in these streets, man. I gotta get to the bag by any means necessary. It's the main objective for our brothers and sisters that's in the industry, man, in the music industry, in the acting industry, man. We seen the sacrifices, man. Sorry to be told, but musical sacrifices, industry sacrifices are 100% real, man. You wonder why this artist right here, you didn't find out that this artist right here, family member then passed away. Next thing you know, they on top of the world, man. #1 selling album. Billboard top 100 album. Man. They might have an album. You wonder why that happened, man. You got multiple cases, man, with multiple artists, man. We gonna bring it out, man. We gonna bring it out. We gotta say what it is, man. Industry sacrifices be happening. It be happening. But that's the main goal for our people out here in the streets, man, to get to the money, man. Knocking people off. You got Eve trying to do backdoor situations, this and that. Eve, what is you trying to, hey, man, what you getting yourself mixed up into this situation for? What is you doing? Trying to be in the middle of man's business, man. You ain't got no fight in the dog, man. You ain't no gangster, man. You ain't got no ties into none of these games, man. But to be felt, you want a backdoor person, man. Then you shock when you get hit in the midst of the attempt of the back door. So the love of money is evil, man. The way our people go for the extent of money is absolute evil, man. It's crazy, man. The brother Pac-Man said in his song, man, I was so messed up, man. I was down bad to the point where I had to sell plasma. I had to sell plasma just to get a come up. You got multiple accounts of that, man. Read on that.
Which while some covet after, they have erred from the faith.
When you cover it, man, you start slowly leaving the faith, man. Slack, y'all remember that day we had that brother at camp, man? We was teaching a brother. Saturday night at Halston. Brother, come out. Yeah, man. I'm hyped, man. Y'all doing the work, this and that. Y'all going crazy, man. Then he's like, yeah, man, you gotta have faith, brother. He said, hold on, turn around. But do faith pay the bills? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking in my head, like, dang, brother, it was just with us. But we said have faith. Yeah, I got faith, man. But do faith pay the bills? Faith 100% pay the bills, man. You gotta have faith, then you can pay the bills. Same way you have faith, that would you make it to your job on time.
Yeah.
So like
real quick.
They got faith that check gonna hit every week or every 2 weeks.
Right.
You got faith, man. You got faith that check gonna hit, man. So you go buy a bottle, man. You got faith that check gonna hit, man. So you go, Friday night, man, go hit up one of these local strip clubs and throw the money, man. Make it rain, man. You got faith now. So that's when you got faith, man. That's the only time, and you got faith, man, when money's involved, huh?
Right.
But do faith pay the bills? Yeah, 100% pay the bills, man. Why you worry about that, man? Have faith in the Lord, man.
Right.
Don't worry about that, man. But that's how it is, man. When some of our people out here chasing the money, man, they start losing their faith more and more in the eyes of the Most High. Start losing their faith in the Most High, man. Man, brother, love being an Israelite, man, but it ain't paying the bills. That's what they kind of hitting you with, man. Brother, is you even trying, man? Is you even praying to the Most High to fix your situation, man? Is you even, is the Most High answering your prayers, brother? You're not even seeing it? This is what's happening, man. Yeah, brother, man, I love the Sabbath day. I love the feast days and that. But brother kind of hungry, man. The fridge kind of empty, man. The fridge kind of empty. This is what happening, man. People losing faith when they cover this money. When money is their main objective, money is their main goal, man. They slowly but surely losing faith in the Most High.
Right.
When they do that, man. And that's the dangers of the love of the money, man. Who knows Diddy background, man? Who knows, man? Diddy, like I said, man, heard the truth, this and that, was ready to convert. Who knows that? But the money overtook him, man. We see it all the time, man. When we out there on the highways and hedges teaching to Jake and Eve, man. How hype they be, yeah, this and that. The homie passed by with a bag, man. kind of got the loud in his pocket, man. Hey, man, you supposed to be selling it loud. Why is you talking to these brothers, man? He looking like, yeah, you right, man. I do got to pay the bills. I got to do this and that, man. I got to sell this loud. That's that love. Hey, that's that, what's the name? The love of money, which ultimately leads to evil. That's the rule of all evil, man. Now hey, Sluggy, don't get me wrong. We not saying, oh, man, we got to be bums out here, man, not live for money, man. At the end of the day, we in captivity, damn it. We in captivity, man. You got to get money. You got to live in this captivity. So you got to have a job. You got to do this and that. But don't make chasing after the bag your only goal, man. Your main purpose. To the point where you ready to sell your people like crazy, man. To the point where you made it make sacrifices. To Eve case. To the point where you ready to put your life in danger, man. Just so you can get some play and make a little bit of cash, man.
Salakia, real quick, right? Let me bring out 2 precepts because you do got a lot of situations where Eve is involved in backdoor situations.
A lot of situations.
Right? You're not supposed to be in the middle of that. In the days of antiquity, there were huge consequences for that. You'll be walking around this thing with no hands. Literally. Right? This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 25, starting at verse number 11. Right? It says, when men strive together one with another, and the wife of the one draweth near for to deliver her husband out of the hand of him that smiteth him, and putteth forth her hand to take him by the secrets, then thou shalt cut off her hand, thy eye shall not pity her. You don't got no dog in the fight. You barely have any comments about it. Right? That's for your husband to deal with. That's not for you to even talk about for real. Right? Stay in your place and up in your lane, like we talked about earlier, like how Jake want to worry about everything else but his own salvation. You got a lane that you got to stay up in. Right? And in regards to money, man. Right? This is the book of Luke chapter 16 and verse number 9. Because like brothers were saying, we're not saying that you got to be a bumite out here, right? You got to get to the bag, but don't put the bag above everything else, right? This is the book of Luke chapter 16 and verse number 9. And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of righteousness, that when ye fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitations. Right? And it goes on to say, he that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much, and he that is unjust is Salakia. Unjust in the least is unjust also in much. So basically, put your mind to the treasures of the kingdom and work with what you got. If you can't work with what you got, and you unfaithful with the little that you have, then you get much more. You're gonna be unfaithful, right? And unjust with the more abundance that you have. Right? I yield.
Gone. Like the brother was saying, man. Hey, we're not saying, hey, man, quit your dog, this and that. Man, we ain't saying like, brother, because a brother could be watching this and be like, oh, I do love money. But I love the Most High. You can love the Most High, man. Like I said, we live in a captivity, man. You gotta work to live in this captivity. Man.
But you can't love money, bro.
You can't love money.
You
can't love money, man. At the end of the day, man. Because money, it turns to an it really turns your soul away, man. The love of money is the rule of all of evil. Can you give me the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, and verse number 4? We're gonna read to 5. Because at the end of the day, man, labor, man. Yeah, you gotta labor, man. You have to labor in this captivity, man. You gotta do work in this captivity, man. Don't make your labors the main goal to get rich, man. Because that's the same situation with Diddy, man. Diddy was trying to be the absolute best so he get rich, man.
4.
23 and 4. Diddy was 8. Diddy was trying 8. Diddy wanted to be the best, man. So he get rich, man. Now he at the top of the chain, man, throwing all the Diddy parties, man. Same thing with Jake, man. They be trying to do the labor out there in the streets, man. Hey, I'm finna sell the most loud packs this week. I'm finna sell the most loud packs this month. I'm finna sell the most loud packs this year.
Made wickedness into a competition.
Made
Right.
wickedness into a competition. You feel me? Made wickedness to a competition. Now you rich, this and that. Next thing you know, you out here with the Snapchats, the Instagrams, and all that stuff flexing, man. Next thing you know, you get caught backdoor. Next thing you know, you get caught backdoor. Your main man who was down, who had your back no matter what. Now he jealous of you, jealous of your success, this and that. But every time you come around, you flexing your money, man, because you're selling loud packs, man. Cool, this and that. Next thing you know, you get whacked by your mans in a backdoor situation. This the streets, man. This the streets, man. Our people so much love, man. I'm ready to die for the streets, man. That's that mentality that our people get, man. Let's read this out.
Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 4. Labor not to be rich.
You got labor not to be rich. Like I said, once again, you got labor in this kingdom. You got to, man. You got to do work, man. You got to do what you got to do, man. It's one of the curses that's brought upon us, man. We got to do what you got to do. Work Esau's kingdom. But don't labor to be rich, man. Don't make it your ultimate goal to be rich, man. Because we know, man, at the end of the day, man, hey, as much money, it turns your heart away from the world. Hey, man, when you get so much money, it's the mindset of our people, man. Once we get so much money, you got that sense that you're untouchable. You can't touch me, man. This dude can't touch. Hey, man, hey, look, we see it all the time, man. Jake and E could be walking. Hey, man, hey, my fit costs $3,000, man. You see these Balenciagas I got on my feet, man? That's $400, man. These diamond earrings right here. That's at least a rack right there. Don't let me get on the socks, man. These Gucci, man. These socks Gucci, man. That's how Jake be when it comes to the money, man.
Right.
And that's what they be doing, man. They be labored to get rich with this bad boy, man. They want to flex, man. That's Jake's ultimate goal. They want to flex. Eve, they want to flex, man. Paying $75 for some damn nails, man.
Right.
Like, come on,
Paying
man.
$10,000 to go get a BBL. It's not for her man. It's really for her to be in competition with other women.
Attention.
Right? Yeah, attention. And you get more attention really from the women. Right? Literally, you want to be the one that everybody is jealous of. That's a wicked spirit. Right? So she go out all the way out to Dr. Miami, right? To go get a damn BBL. And then she come right back to her studio apartment, man, in the middle of Chicago. Not even downtown, man. On the west side. Right? Literally. Imagine taking a bus with a BBL, man.
Like, think about it.
She can't even sit down on the plane.
It's like, if you think about it, think about it like this, man. You buy this outfit crazy, man. Hey, got the Balenciaga jeans on, man. The shoes, man. You probably got the all-white G-Fazos, man. That's Air Force Ones for our people out there. Got the all-white G-Fazos on, man. Got the Burberry shirt, man. You ready, man. You ready to flex, man. You miss a bill payment, man. Now you finna get evicted. Like, this is what's going on, man. This is that love of the money, man. It's that love of being seen, man. It's that pride when it comes to trying to be rich in this kingdom, man. Trying to make, man, the money as your ultimate goal, man.
Right.
Get into the bag as your ultimate idol. It's the only thing I got to do. Hey, Slugger, I had an ex-coworker, man, at my job. Ex-coworker at the job. Cool. The man was like, we was talking to him, hey, man, young Jake, man, 26. Brother was like 24, 25. He was like, hey, man, what you want to do for the future, man? Man, you know, I'm trying to get me a wife and kids, this and that. Cool. I ain't gonna be able to see him as much. I'm like, why? Why that, man? Like, you going to the military? Like, what you doing, man? Hey, man, I gotta get to the bag, brother. The wife and kids ain't stopping the bag. Your priorities messed up, brother. Your priorities is messed up. What you mean the wife and kids ain't over the bag? The money ain't gonna help you, man. When your heart get broken, the money ain't gonna be there to save you, man. You feel me?
Right. Like
Like, bring it out.
all right. he said he ain't gonna be able to see his woman
And his
and
kid.
his kid. What's the point of making a child
Point of
if you
making a
don't
kid.
want
Man.
to see him?
What's the point of setting that as a goal? Right? He's saying I want wives and kids, but I ain't gonna see them though.
Like,
Yeah, brother.
like, come on.
Yeah. So you just planning on dead beating it up,
Come on,
man.
Like, yeah.
It's like it's the keep 'em syndrome. Jake and Eve both play that same game, where if they feel like one or the other has some type of beneficial attributes for them, they'll purposely try to get pregnant by the Jake or get the Eve pregnant. They call them the keeper baby, because you think by having that baby, it keeps you locked in with the guy or the girl for the rest of y'all life. And especially if you see, like for Eve, if she see potential in that brother and he really get into that bag, hey, she'll poke a hole in the condom herself with a safety pin and before he even open it, just to make sure he, you know what I'm saying, she get him locked in. So when he do reach that success, hey, they training the baby the same way. Like kids, they don't care about having Scooby-Doo on the side of his shoes. Right? They want the frozen shoes and all of this. It's the mothers and fathers that even teaching that same vain mentality to the kids at an early age. My kid don't wear nothing but Jordans and this, that, and the third. Hey, ask the kid what they want. Why'd you tell you go get him some damn Pound Puppy shoes or some Spider-Man or something like that?
Paw Patrol or
yeah,
something.
some $12, $8 shoes from Walmart, but you want to go and spend $150 on some shoes for a damn 1-year-old.
Right. Say so like you think about that.
Seen of men.
Think about that, man. Because hey, that's what's really going on. You starting to see it a lot on Facebook, man. Eve got the young Eves where they have a daughter, man. They throwing crop tops on them, man.
Yeah, that's sick.
Why is you throwing crop tops on a 4 and 5-year-old?
Mini skirts.
Barely that, man.
Mini skirts, man.
You got them up in the damn bodysuit. And when you're supposed to be dressing them up as princesses, man.
Like
you got our young girls, instead of them watching the damn Princess Tianas and the Princess Jasmines, you got them watching Bad Girls Club or something.
Silly, man. Baddies,
man. Where they scrapping on they not even scrapping on set, they scrapping at the auditions. Right?
At the auditions.
You raising them up to be monsters, man.
You really advertising them like groceries to the pedophiles. Right? Because you just had Amalek doing an interview talking about how it's not a bad thing for some grown-ass pervert dude to sleep with an 8, 9, 10-year-old because her hymen can grow back. She ain't old enough to consent to no damn sex. Nigga, that's rape.
Right.
Okay?
100%.
That's pedophilia at the highest level. That's molestation. But you sitting here on a platform doing an interview explaining how it's acceptable. Like, and then you got and then if there was a urge or a temptation up on them, these women are out here making it readily available for them to get it. Y'all got the kids running around here half naked.
Right.
All over social media. What is a 10-year-old kid, 8-year-old kid doing with a cell phone? You're not even monitoring what your child is doing on that phone.
Right.
Right? Because as long as they not bothering her, she perfectly fine. And I say her because 9 out of 10, the kid probably at home living with the mother. Right? Jake ain't even nowhere to be found. So the kid is in the room preoccupied on TikTok or somewhere, and some pedophile done reached out to him. And then you wonder how kids go missing late at night when everybody go to sleep. You think your child in the room, pedophile done already told them, wait till everybody go to sleep and then unlock the door.
And put a pillow up underneath your cover so they think you there.
You see what I'm saying? Now they trying to figure out how the baby missing out the house when it was last in there. Like this place is just finished, man.
See?
And that's that mindset of our people, man. They want to be seen of man. They want to be out here doing this and that. Let's get that book with that precept, man. Train up a child in the way he should go, man.
I got it right here.
Bring that up.
Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
You got to train up your child in the way he should go, which is keeping the law, statute, commandments of the Most High, man. But we see even when our people try to train up the child in the way he should go, they teach them in straight wickedness, man. Straight madness, man. we remember the viral post a couple months ago, man. We had the sister, man. Sister, I forgot what state she was in, probably Texas or something, man. Had a waxing business, man. Had a
Right.
waxing business.
I know what you're talking about.
Teaching her like 10 or 12-year-old daughter, man. How to wax. How to wax, man. And think about it, like truly think about it too. She's not getting past her mind. When she trying to say, man, I'm just trying to teach her how to do businesses, man. Why you couldn't teach her a simple business like a lemonade stand, man? The classic, man.
Selling chocolates, man. There's
Selling
so many
selling
other
chocolates,
things.
man.
Esau
The
and,
first
and
thing that we think
Moab.
about is waxing.
Esau and Moab got they first and second graders. I just seen a clip teaching them how to do real estate investing, marketing, promotion. All right. Understanding stock, understanding investment portfolios. This is at 6, 7 years old.
Mhm.
So what do you think they're gonna be when they turn 16,
Right.
18? They understanding social media marketing and promoting through digital networks already.
You said that was Moab out?
Yeah, Moab, and it was
See?
one with Moab and Esau. Moab got his
See?
kindergartners over there cooking their own damn school lunch.
See, but what's in our
Culinary
kindergarten?
art.
What's in our kindergarten classes,
Man,
man?
Susie got 2 mamas.
Right,
The
literally.
gay BCs.
Right.
You
see what I'm saying?
got Gracie's Corner overhead doing a video with Big Freedom. Man.
Steve got 2 daddies.
Come on, man.
And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, you got a young prince that's no older than 9 years old, and he rapping about what these older brothers is rapping about, man.
Got young Jake, man, in a 20v1. Man. Got a 20v1 with young Eves in them, man. What is he doing, man? This man's supposed to be at the crib, man.
And they got the weave down to their back, the wig bigger than their head. You know what I'm saying? Like they baby hairs is they full hair, man.
Tell you,
touching their ears, man.
Like that's something that our people really got to think about, man. Even with Jake, man. You might not be that person's father, man, but hey, we see it all the time, man. We personally seen it, man. We was going out to the camp, man. Young brother, probably like 11, 12 years old. Brother probably 13 now, man. The man was following the influence of his guys.
Right.
He wanted to be seen, man. He wanted to be accepted by them, man. He this and that, walking by the camp. Oh, man, Skip, y'all doing this and that. Black Lives Matter, this and that.
He just scoffing.
Scoffing like
he don't
crazy,
even mean that. All right.
And we had to tell him.
Young boy smoking, got a wood in his hand, right? Smoking weed, man.
How do Black Lives Matter and you don't even care about your own life? You sitting here damn destroying your lungs. The whole cardiovascular system about to be shut down and destroyed before yours even develop. But you hollering Black Lives Matter. Also, Black Lives Matter except yours. You damn suicidal, man.
See that?
This was really what's going on, man. Young Jake doing this and that. And the older people just let him be like that, man. We was at camp last week, man.
Yeah, precept.
Was at camp last week. God. We was at camp last week. And I forgot what it was. You had 2 young Jakes, man, out there, this and that. Asking brothers for money, this and that. All right, cool.
All right.
You had the elder got the kid on like, hey, man, get over here, get this money and take your ass home, man. Go back home. These streets ain't safe, man. They was out there trying to sell, man. The man had to be no older than 10 years old, man. What is you doing out there trying to sell?
And then the younger brother, right? Nah, he wasn't too much younger. He was maybe about like 19, 20. He like, bro, they asked me for $1, right? Over there by Cottage, and they forgot that they asked me for $1 because they was high. These young boys is like 10 and not like 10 to 12 and younger. They don't even really get no older for real. They like 12 and younger, getting high. Ain't nobody teaching them the way that they should go. Notice that precept says, train up a child in the way that they should go. Not in the way that you go, because you off as hell, right? Train up a child in the way that they should go.
Well, I guess you can't teach them how they should go if you don't know how to go. Right? You can't teach what you don't know. So this goes back to the generational curses. We always think, like, a lot of people think about the generational curses from a financial stability, passing on debt, right? Kids' kids are being born and their parents are already putting gas bills and light bills in their name while they 1 year old. So by the time they even get old enough to get their own lights and gas, they already old Commonwealth Edison. Right? They got bills in their name already. Our people are passing on debt. All right. They're not passing on, they're not thinking that same generational wealth that they can pass on is knowledge of self. You know what I mean? Understanding who you are, the knowledge of the Most High that'll sustain you in all things on this earth. Right? Which brings me to the precept, because trying to correct these young cats, like they mindset is not developed yet in respects of understanding their environment.
Right.
Understanding how choice, like they don't understand the power of choice yet. They mimicking everything that they see. Right. So when you read Proverbs 22:13, it says, a slothful man saith, there is a lion without. So you speaking to somebody who just don't want to don't want to be productive, don't want to do anything, they're gonna find a way to justify it, right? And when he said there's a lion without, they'll point to somebody else that's mighty, and they'll use them as the example and say, look at him. He got all these degrees. He got all this, that, and the other, and he's still broke. Right? He still can't get a job. And then the ultimate. And then it says, I shall be slain in the streets. We hear that all the time.
Right.
That literally be verbatim. Like, you know what I mean, man, you got people with money, this, that, and the other, and they still ain't prospering in this world. I'm gonna die anyway. So I'm gonna just keep on living in ignorance.
That should show them plain and simple that your problem is not carnal, it's spiritual.
See, now let me get 15. It said, I'm gonna drop down to verse 15. It says, foolishness is bound in the hearts of a child. A child is naturally naive and curious, right? They always say curiosity kills the cat. That's why I tell you to train up a child in the way that they should go, so that they don't be swayed by curiosity. They should be able to have enough, with the proper training, they should be able to see danger, right? See the potential for danger and make a smart decision. But it says foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from them. Okay, he might stick his finger in that socket that first time, and you know what I mean, and get a light shock from it. And that'll be his experience to never do it again. But also, depending on how much wattage and voltage is flowing through that may be his last time ever sticking his finger anywhere. But if you see him setting himself up to go down that road of destruction, you're supposed to tear that ass up.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes verbal correction is enough, but sometimes you need immediate physical discipline to make sure that they understand it. And then you sit them down after that and you explain it to them. Our kids don't have that. I hate every time we have to talk about it, but it's the truth, man. Because it puts a dark shadow over our whole parenting system. First of all, mom and dad both grew up in two different houses. They got two different parenting processes.
Right.
You understand? The daddy naturally is a disciplinarian.
Right.
But he'll teach first before he whoop. The mother, she goes straight in on the beat down. And then she, it's like dominate over the child. We done seen Eve outside that time at camp. I don't know if y'all remember, we was on 79th and she had the little baby Eve with her, and the baby walking slow. She damn near dragging the baby down the street,
right,
whooping on the baby, tomorrow, walk your ass up, hurry up. I'm like, her feet is only like a foot long, her legs.
Barely.
She can't even walk as fast as you. Why are you in such a rush? Dragging her and making it like it's her fault. So, understanding that the two parents don't have the same parenting mindset, the child has to be the priority. How do we come together as mother and father and make the choices that are best for our child? I mean, if you're not looking at the scriptures for that, then you're doomed. Because that'll be the reason that the house fall apart. Pops, every time he go to discipline the child, you're being too hard on them. Or don't do this, don't do that. And he feel like he's being robbed of his parental rights of bringing his child up, the way he see it should be. which will make him leave the household.
And I've seen a video on that recently, man. All right. And people like, it's a skit. No, that's not a skit. The anger that he had, that's not a skit. All right. Eve was teaching her daughters to finesse brothers. Meanwhile, she teaching the sons how to be finessed.
See?
And the father, like, we're not giving women no flowers and all of this and laying down our coats up in the rain, because what are you teaching? What are you teaching your daughters? To finesse these niggas. That's what she said. It's on record. And he said that's exactly why we're not doing this.
Part of finessing is you have to be able to give in a little bit in order to get what you want out of a person. So you teaching them to finesse. What if he's more finessier? I'm gonna make that a word. Right? What like, because sometimes people will feed you exactly what you think, what they feel like you need, because they peeped your game from the start. I already see what she on. So I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna let her think she's getting exactly what she want out of me, but she gotta give something too. Because there's no secret that in order to finesse, you gotta play victim a little bit. You gotta kind of give in to gain some leverage. Yeah. It's the give and take, the push and pull process. But what if when you have to push, they allow that door to swing wide open and you fall in under your own pressure?
All right.
Now you took. Look at Eve all over in Dubai being a damn porta potty.
All right.
Just to get $50,000, you letting a dude defecate on you. Right? Eve get beat up by Jake just because he got money and make excuses for why he beat her up. You ain't teaching your daughter, dress modestly. As long as your father around, you ain't got to sell yourself short to no man. I'll do everything you need. You come to me, because as a provider, as a father, I'm going to be doing that with her mom, showing her that I'm your protector. I'm your provider. You don't have to belittle yourself, disrespect yourself, lower your standards to get anything out of some man that wants to use you and abuse you and then toss you to the side. Eve is emotional.
Yeah.
She'll play that game and then she'll be the one to catch feelings and get caught up. Now Jake like, yeah, I got her. So we gotta be careful, man, when it like, well, you just laying down making babies and you come from a broken home. You've never had the proper influence in front of you of what a real relationship looks like.
It's like, yeah, it's even like not having a childhood. Like you can't give your child a proper childhood if you never had one. You have to have this. You would have to see a childhood. Like you would have to know a childhood. Like majority of our brothers and sisters out there in the world didn't grow up with a childhood. You see how Eve dealing with the daughters right now, dressing them up in a way of a stripper, man. Right? Putting on nails. Seen a sister and put the vape up to her daughter's lips. It calls her to smoke it.
And even the brother, man, a brother did the same thing with a blunt, man. Like Jake, you're not safe neither. You out here trying to give your children everything that you wish you would have had. Your child probably wouldn't even want them things, man, if they knew how you was getting it.
So lucky. That's training them up in straight wickedness. Like, think about it, man. They lungs not even fully developed, man. You got them hitting the blunt, man, hitting the hookah, hitting the cancer stick. Hey, lungs not fully developed, man. Hey, the blunt be so loud that you come from it. You want your baby to do that? You just want to cause that. Like, you cool with that. Oh, it's funny. It's going to get some views on Instagram, man.
Right, because Jake is about views all damn day, man. When, look, you talking about views, they don't even consider perspective. They just do anything, right? I got a precept real quick, all right? This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 1 and verse number 16. It says, "For these things I weep. Mine eye runneth down with water. because the comforter that should relieve my soul is far from me, meaning that the Lord, right, he kind of turned away, man. He can't stand to see how wicked you are. So he turned his face from you. And it also says, my children are desolate because the enemy had prevailed. We know that Esau prevailed, man, but now he left you to your own ruin. Okay, he kind of gave you up to your vile affections, man. That's what the Lord did to you. He gave you up to your vile affections, right? And how did Esau prevail? Because we know about that Willie Lynch letter, man. How they switched the roles, man, of the children. But first, they switched the roles of the parents, right? So Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12, it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to error, and destroy the way of thy path. So Esau, he destroyed you by setting up your woman above you. And then used the children as a bargaining tool to oppress you. That's how it goes every single time. Every time we look at every scenario, they done made it. It's so bad out here that they made a TV show out of it.
You know,
goddamn divorce court, man. Right?
Parental
court.
Maury Eve, right? Who was lying to her daughter about the father not paying child support.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow the daughter found out that her father been paying child support her whole life, and the mom wasn't spending any other money on the child.
Right.
Now she's older, and I guess when they get older, that child support money can start going straight to them, or a portion of it should go to them, but she wasn't getting her cut. And her mom laying in the bed, and she mad. She's snapping at her mom and OG like, that was my money. She like, how? And my dad, that money is for me, my child support. She was like, I raised you. So the point is,
she taking it as a reward for her.
Feel like she's supposed to be rewarded and compensated for doing her damn priority as a mother. You don't see, like, and I hate to make it a he versus her type thing, but it's just, we get such a bum rep as fathers, but Eve is the problem. You put a brother on child support because he don't want you, because you unsubmissive, you out of order, all right? You loud and clamorous, you vindictive, spiteful, okay? Work out of pure maliciousness, because that's driven by your emotional state of mind. And then you take the child and use the child, like Ox said, as a bargaining chip and say, oh, well, because you don't want me, you can't see your child no more, and now I'm going to put you on child support. You get the child support money out of the brother, and you don't even spend a dime of it on the damn kid. You spending it on your $400 weaves.
Right.
You don't see fathers running around here telling the judge, oh, if I'm on child support, I want child support from her. Fathers is out here being single fathers raising their kids with no child support from the mother whatsoever. It's a lot of them. I was one who raised my first child with my money out of my pocket. I ain't asked for a dime of child support. Enrolled my daughter in preschool all the way till she graduated out of grammar school, honor roll the whole time on my own dime. But you got Eve out here thinks she's supposed to be compensated for it. And then you got Jake on the opposite spectrum of that. He feels like, well, if you taking child support from me and not allowing me to see my child,
then I'm grabbing my child from you.
I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
You had the other Jake telling his kid, man, I'm done with all of y'all. Don't call me no more, nothing. Your mama taking child support from me. You shouldn't be calling me, asking me for nothing.
Whole time that's ruined the relationship between that man, that father, and his children, based off what Eve is doing. So Eve threatened the father. If he ever tried to take his children, she would threaten to kill him. If he ever tried to take his children, man. Right? And then it'll put Jake in defensive mode. Because he wants his children. He only trying to take his children because it's in the betterment of his child.
Right.
But Eve,
and it's not out of
children. It's not out of spite. He want better for his child. Living situations. He know he got it where they could go to school. They could grow up having a great childhood. But Eve, she just want the children because, hey,
Money.
she gonna get that money.
Jake
She
ain't
gonna
out here
take them to
saying,
court.
Jake
Or
not saying,
because-
give me my child so I can go get on public aid.
Or it's just because she wants to ruin that man's life because he don't want her
to
no
make
more.
him suffer.
Exactly.
And that's
what it's
where
about.
it's in that children are their oppressors. They're not doing it on the children. Is not like, yeah, let me go oppress that. No, it's through a system that was set up. And that's why when you even read the curses of Deuteronomy 28, I encourage everybody to read the Bible out loud, not up in your head. Read it out loud and read it slow. Read every single verse up in this thing, man, because everything that we're talking about right now is actually up in those curses, right? So this Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 56. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which will not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter, and toward the young one, and that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. So when you read her about her eating her children for the want of all things, that's not literally talking about eating, right? That's talking about her using her children for monetary gain.
As a bargain.
Because they're being oppressed as a nation. Israel is being oppressed as a nation, so she's trying to find some way to get her cut, right, while being up in his kingdom, and she's using the children. So she's eating the children for want of all things, and that includes them 30-inch bust downs and them big ass eyebrows, man.
This is a new thing, God.
This
is a new thing that Eve doing now, because growing up my whole life, I grew up in a house full of women, right? And not to mention all of my younger female cousins that I watched that came after me that I watched grow up. Women are programmed at a very early age to get a man to take care of you. They're programmed to be users, to take advantage of a man. They're not being told, grow up, get your own, find a man that can match your worth, and y'all build a platform together. Her whole mindset of her childhood is to find a man that take care of you. Granny them even used to tell Eve, you seen it in some of them Tyler Perry movies, where Jake just walking all over Eve and the mom and them like, girl, he got money, he rich, stay with him for some other Eve have him.
Right.
So stay there and keep getting dogged, walked over, disrespected, long as you stay with the money. They're taught from an early age to be damn deceivers, users, manipulators. So this new thing with Eve running around with that, I'm an independent, this, that, and the third. Okay, I'm a proud, independent black woman. Hey, but you don't see no other woman on earth running around talking about I'm a proud Chinese woman, single, independent.
And this is their kingdom, right? All these other nations, they done came together and made their kingdom underneath Esau. And they're not acting like this when they got everything that they can ever want individually, not even as a couple. But we're in a captivity, and we got to fight tooth and nail for everything that we got, and we can't even have our own people to stick together. That's a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? In the days to come, when you don't have a civilization, man, it's gonna get like that when them nukes drop, man. Right? Like Isaiah chapter 9 and verse number 5 says, man. Right? You're not gonna have like all this individualism. You're gonna be glad to even hear a man's voice, like the book of 2nd Ezra says, man. It's gonna be scarce in that day that you hear a man's voice, and then you're gonna have to cleave to them, man. Because if you want to be honest, and no, this is not no bash Eve session, you know what I'm saying? But some people just need a little bit of bashing. All right,
man, it's the truth.
Look, the Lord bashed Israel. You bash your damn kids. Talking about you just like your daddy. So don't get mad when the rabbit got the gun now, man.
And
Because
she
you
hate
got
her
some
daughter,
correcting
too.
to do too.
Salakia, and if any Eve on this live get mad, you lack self accountability.
Accountability.
Probably guilty. That's why
You
you
probably
mad.
guilty. If
Somebody
you get
probably
mad at
just clicked off the live right now. As soon as you said look, as soon as you said it, man, you didn't even get to finish the word. All right, we done went down views. You know what I'm saying? We done went down views. People done clicked off the live. Somebody reporting this bad boy.
Yeah, but that's the
Talking
problem,
about some
huh?
accountability.
As long as we sit here and keep driving a stake and Jake beating a dead horse with Jake, Eve goes untouched, but she's the one who's the actual problem. This kingdom, and this is facts, this kingdom that we live in called America has been systematically designed to lift the woman up over the man, to offset the whole balance of the Lord's hierarchy. Okay? The scripture says a woman shall come past a man. She didn't come past him on her own.
Right.
You go out there as a man and try to get a home, you're gonna get redlined, all right? But they got single mother home, first-time mothers buyer home loans. They got everything specifically geared towards Eve.
I never heard of a male domestic violence home.
It's
Ain't
like
that?
you should have seen that.
Ain't that? I got it. Look, man, I got into a fight with a chick I dealt with a while back. Okay. And yeah, we was fighting. But I was drunk and I threw a punch. She caught my punch with her teeth. My finger with her teeth. And drew blood, right? Me, instead of scraping her, I'm drunk. I call the police. Why the police show up at my door? They look at my size, look at her. They didn't care about the fight. They literally did what y'all just did. They chuckled and laughed because you big old nigger, you let this little woman do that to you. But if the call would have been the other way around, that her ass was knocked out, y'all would have came in there trying to physically abuse me and handcuff me.
Yo, that's a lose-lose situation.
You see what I'm saying?
Telling me you just came up here and told me you let this woman do this and that to me. So if I didn't let her and I did,
I'm going to jail.
I'm going to jail. Y'all would have came in with batons, whipping my ass, threw me in the back of a damn police van.
See what I'm saying? Now I got domestic violence on my record, known as a woman beater, not for defending myself. I'm a woman beater. They don't care if you defending yourself. Oh, you're a man. Hey, look, man, my granny said we don't play hitting games. Don't hit me, I won't knock the hell out of you. All right? You woman enough to become masculine to swing on a man and try to physically harm him. He has a right to defend himself. His right to defend himself does not diminish because the attack is coming by the hand of a woman. Eve got that bad. You seen the Eve in the video poking Jake all in his head. He's sitting there telling her, stop hitting me. All he did was flinch. She fell halfway across the room, jumped up to my mouth. I'm calling my daddy. I'm calling my man ain't even touched you. But you can't go out here and find any substance that helps the man. They rather you live on Wacker Drive in a cardboard box. Eve take the children, they give a free house, free rent, a check every month to help pay the utility bills, and they give her a check every month to go for groceries. Let the role reverse. You can't even go. The average man go and try to get a link card, they're going to give you like 12, 13, 14 bucks and expect you to live off that for a month. You can't go and get a place to live. They're not giving you a low income, subsidized living apartment.
Right.
And but they give all this to the woman, but then she'll become so high and mighty and proud. I don't need a man, but you living off the white man. That's why you don't need a black man in your life, because you got your zaddy, your white zaddy paying for every damn thing for you. If you took all of that free living that she's getting from the government away from her, she a damn bum. She's a damn bum. Come outside looking like $1 million with the money that's supposed to be for the kids. Go to her house filthy, nasty. Disgusting. He successfully drove a wedge between us and our women. And that's why our people are falling off in this society, because we don't know how to stick together. To hell with the men sticking together and the women sticking together with the women. We're supposed to be a unit as man and woman.
All right.
It's supposed to be us against the world.
That's our strength. Man and woman, that's the balance. Oh, he need to get in touch with his feminine side. No, that's her job to be feminine.
Ain't no
As a
feminine
man,
side.
you shouldn't have a damn feminine side.
That's just an excuse for her to try to be masculine.
And she shouldn't have a masculine side. That's your job to be masculine. See? Get your precept, Oxalaki.
God, let's bring this up.
This
man.
situation touchy as hell for me.
God, I just say, man.
I done lived it. I done been through these
man.
situations.
El Nadi said, man, y'all gonna get this work today. Y'all gonna get this work. Let's get this book of Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 22, man. Because that's what's really going on, man. Hey, the scriptures say it plain upon the table, and that's exactly how it played out, man. Hey, show this to the Jake right now. They're gonna be like, man, the Bible is real. Bring this up.
This is Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse number 22. How long will thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
The Lord has made a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass the man. That's plain upon tables as this day. That this society is created, for the woman to take advantage, man. Like I said, hey, Salaki, it was on Twitter earlier this week, man. It was on Twitter earlier this week, showing how the percentage of single black mothers or single black women house owners is high. And Eve was going crazy, man. He was going in. Yeah, you see this, we moving, man. We moving like this and that. The black mans, they ain't doing nothing. Look, the black mans had to defend themselves. They like, bro, look, they like, hold on. Anytime a black man actually buy a house, it's for the family. It's for a family.
Right.
We're not buying a house just for ourselves, man. To throw a stripper pole in the middle of the joint, man, and throw Halloween parties, man.
Even Jake with the bachelor pad is playing the field trying to find an Eve that's worthy of allowing her to come live with him and make his house complete, and in the future have children with her.
All right.
We raised totally different as men, as young boys and young women. Our priority structure is totally different with how we're raised. We're raised to be a provider and a source of defense.
When you look at it from a specific lens, their lens is me. And our lens is us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And for the children to come. Eve nowadays, she don't even want children. She aborting them.
See?
Right? She's killing them off. Right? Literally. And then as men, we don't even got no say-so. We don't have no say-so. But we want a family, we can't even get it. She wants a family, then she do whatever she want to do. She got damn semen plants. All right. What they call them? Fertility plants all over. She finna go inject some
artificial insemination.
Yeah, man. Right? She finna insert Epstein's damn child up in her and bear Epstein's children, man. Right? But for us, what we got, man? All right? Because I don't look, I don't want Esau carrying my child. If Eve don't want no children,
don't even go there. So,
even Moab is paying for brothers to go out. We don't want 210-toe, man. So
do you know that
over there
Eve
trying to pay
for
us to go over there to have children?
If a Shedemite or any woman go to a fertility clinic and they get hold of your semen and they become impregnated, down the line, that child decide to search you out and look for you, you can be held liable for taking care of that child. The same way how Jake can think that a woman is carrying his baby, and when that baby is born, he can be put on child support. The DNA testing comes back and says that that's not your child, but you signed a birth certificate, you stuck paying for that child for 18 years. Even though DNA says it's not yours, you shouldn't have signed the birth certificate. And here's the thing. If you at the hospital with her, you finish. My son was born. Now, I'm married to my wife. My son was born while we were married, all right? When I go to the doctor and say, yeah, where the birth certificate at so I can sign my son's birth certificate, They come hand me a birth certificate with my signature and everything already on it. I say, hey, hold on a minute. I ain't signed this. They say, oh, no, you're the father. You don't have to. I never signed his birth certificate. They brought it to me with my name and signature already on it.
For it's your signature.
Now, what if he wasn't my child? I'm stuck because of that, paying for somebody else's child on child support for the next 18 years of my life.
Look, and this is a topic, man. All right. This right here is a topic. When it comes to childbirth, should it come with a blood test?
Hell yeah.
No, that's what they all say.
Right.
See,
that's why you got shows like Maury
Exactly.
and all of them. Because they swear up and down 900,000 million trillion % that I ain't been with nobody else. And they still got an Edomite on there right now with 5 more schools of Negroes that she done brought up there and still ain't found the daddy yet. She brought the whole football team. Everybody was acquitted. Then they brought her back. She had the basketball team. She had the lacrosse team. She had the swim team. A couple of dudes from her neighborhood. And they still haven't found the damn baby daddy yet. But according to her, she 100 million % that every last single one of them was the father.
And she fall out and roll over the floor.
Run to the back with a camera chasing her.
I'm 1,000% sure Maury come out to say he's not the father.
And do you see how they dog the man before he ever even make it out there?
They boo him when his name is called.
Yep.
And then he ain't even guilty. But then they instantly show sympathy and pity for her for being a whore.
Oh.
It's gonna be okay. Right. You'll find the father. Come back on the show when you find him.
Just humiliating
him money.
Then you had the paternity court where the brother is in there begging and pleading and hoping that the babies is his. He been taking care of them for the first 4 years of their life. 3 kids. The test comes back that neither one of the 3 children are his. Do you know what everybody did in the courtroom? This man is over there physically hurt, broke down, crying because kids he been raising for 4 years thinking they're his heart just was wrenched up out of his chest, man.
Right.
And they over there hugging on the whore, telling her everything is going to be all right. We'll bring you back. If you got anybody else, man, the hell with her. What about that man over there whose life just goddamn been destroyed?
You know, after all that, you know what that man would say? You see how much of a heart that man had? He just found out that's not his kids. The woman he been dealing with that slept with somebody else, he'll still say, hey, them my kids.
That's what he said.
I'm going to take care of them.
He said, I'm going to still be in their life.
But meanwhile,
if that was Eve would have been gone.
Look, on the back end on the spectrum, on the back end on the spectrum, all right, Jake come in a relationship with 1 child, all right, and she got 3 kids, and she buying all them Happy Meals except for his child.
I saw that on the clip.
All of these is on records, man.
And so we not just
talking.
She don't want Jake to have nothing to do with his baby mama and his kids, but he's supposed to accept her and her 4 kids by somebody else and put up with her baby daddies, Jack Quan and Jay Scheme and Lil Pookie Ray and all them Negroes who coming over to the house trying to fight and thinking they dictate her pace and all of that. And like, come on, man.
Hey, you like, I ain't gonna lie. That's usury, man. All right. That's usury. All right. Eve be committing usury upon Jake. Literally. That's literally what's going on. Because you can't discipline a child. That's my child. You better not ever touch him. Right? Even though the child off as hell. Right? You can't discipline him. You can't chastise him. All you are, but you gotta you pay every last cent for him. You a walking piggy bank, and she got the passcode to the piggy bank, man, every single time. But as to being a father, you can't discipline the child. No, that child need disciplining. You're not giving it to him. You letting him run rampant. You letting him do whatever he wants to do. And then he comes back here, he disrespect you. You okay with it because you don't see it as disrespect. And then he come back and disrespect me. What about the clip of the black father and the Hispanic woman, right? And her child, her oldest daughter, spit on his face. and he was not allowed to discipline that child. As far as I'm concerned, both of y'all catching the belt. You're not finna stop me from this ass whooping I'm giving out. You can either stay up in this room and witness it, or you could leave and just hear it.
So, like, you got to think about it. For a child to do certain things like that, you got to watch how that child has to be watching how the mom treats the man. Because I seen a video, the man he told his woman's daughter to go clean her room. The daughter said, hey, you ain't my daddy, you don't tell me what to do. Was going on a whole run of just complete disrespect. He go back to the mom, he said, hey, your daughter is being very disrespectful. I went to go tell her to clean her room. She didn't want to do it. She told me this, and that. And the mom was like, well, you ain't her daddy. You don't tell her what to do. You come and tell me, like, and he was like, he was like, see, she's acting like that because look at how you treat me. The children are like sponges. They watch everything. Yeah. That's why you got to set the right example. Eve out here is not setting the right example. Majority of Eves out here in America, in the Western world, are not setting the right example for children. You see how it is, how children are in today's age.
Precept.
Bring it up.
This is like, and yeah, we're speaking to the women in the current, you know what I'm saying, position of leadership in our nation right now. But to their defense, the women before them failed them. Right? This is Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, right? Because this behavior that we seeing from our women is not of their own. This is learned behavior. All right. This is part of the system that Ak was saying, how this thing was systematically laid out for our women to be this way. All right. And every woman, they want to be a contributor, but in the aspect of contributing, they want to be in control of the situation. And they weren't created to be in control of the situation. All right. The man is supposed to be the leader. And the Lord, but so in holiness, they're not being separate. That holiness is talking about being separate from the way that these other parents raise their kids. That's why you got Esau out here with all these books about parenting. Hey man, you can't give nobody a book and tell them that this book has all the answers for every parent to raise their child with, because every child is different. But we see a pattern. So there is no separateness. There is no holiness right now. Everything about this society is cookie cutter. The schools look like jail systems with the whole uniform system that they're wearing. All right. Everything about this society, there's no individualism. They want everyone to be the same and look the same. All right. It's almost like a slick way of dictatorship that's going on. But the women supposed to have behavior that is becoming in holiness, separate, right? Not false accusers. They cut the father off from the child and then tell the child the father don't want him, don't love him. You know, he found a new woman and got new kids and all this type of stuff. Now your child is growing up in a social disposition because they feel unloved, unwanted, and they never get to talk to the father to hear his side of the story to find out if any of that's true.
Right.
All right. False, you know what I'm saying? Not false accusers. Not giving too much wine. Hey man, and that, man, we ain't gotta even stunt. Y'all already see Eve and them be on social media with whole big bottles of Tito's, one holding the bottle while the other one got her head back, and she damn chug-a-lugging her with the whole bottle.
Right.
And then she take it and turn around and chug-a-lug her with the bottle. All right. Not giving to too much wine. Teachers of good things. What are they teaching our daughters? Like I said, they teaching them how to dress like overly provocative at a very early age. All right. They're teaching them to be disrespectful to their own fathers. And if you're going to be that way to her father, then she's going to be that way to a man that's supposed to come into her life. The problem is Jake is not being raised on how to treat a woman either. So when your daughter go out there and display that behavior to some undertaught male, emotional, effeminate man, he going to beat the hell out of your daughter. That's why you seeing all these Eves on TVs getting killed by Jake. Right? Because they emotional men that's playing like they men who don't understand. No man is around teaching them how to be a man. Just like Eve she got a woman there, but ain't no one teaching her. right? Which brings you to the point of Eve always talking about she's a Proverb 31 woman. And I always ask the question, where is your example of a Proverb 31 woman? Right? Who are you looking at and learning that behavior from? Or are you just making it up on your own? Right? To be discreet, chase, keep us at home. Eve ain't at home.
So like, yeah, Eve didn't even read Proverbs 31. She just know that that's the example, but she makes it up as
make
she
her
goes.
upper echelons of women.
Right.
No.
Eve read Proverbs 31. Skip over verse 3.
See, to be sober, to love their husbands, which they can't do because they live in a society that tell them they can lay down and sleep with anybody. You don't have to be tied down. The Lord said you lay down, you stay down, and if you stay down, man, the kingdom is yours. They don't care about going into the kingdom. All they want is the instant gratification of the flesh right now. All right. So you see the dude and be doing the little social test where they be asking Eve, would you stay with your guy or with your side dude? And they always be like, the hell with my guy. I'm gonna go be with the side dude. You see the confusion? Well, why you got a man calling him your main guy if you choose the side dude? And don't the side dude by default become your main dude if you choose him?
Right.
You see how confused and fickle-minded the woman is? All right.
There's another post. There's another post, man. All right. You with your husband? Do your husband get $100 million? Right? Or do you? She taking the 10.
The hell with him. That's enough money. She ain't even smart enough to say, yeah, let him get the 100 million, then I'm gonna break up with him and take him to court and get 50 of it. That's what she saw do.
You see that?
She saw wait until you get the 100 mil, and she take you to court and get half. I want half, Eddie.
Right.
You see how much confusion is in the land? Like you was talking about confusion. Y'all women don't know how to be keepers at home, don't know how to love their husbands, don't know how to do any of these things that's supposed to be a so-called Proverbs 31 woman. Right? It's a bunch of confusion. Right? I got a quick precept. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 5. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse number 8. Yeah.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places.
So the topic at hand is very much confusion in many places, right on?
And the fire shall be oft sent out again. And the wild beasts shall change their places.
Now the wild beasts are changing their places. Right? You see a lot of times, right? Our animals are not in the right place. They're not in their original habitat, right? They're not in the fields, eating and drinking what they want. They in the zoos now, man. Getting fed whatever it is that Esau is feeding them, man. All right, read on.
Salakia, real quick. It says, now let's not get it confused, man, because even we are considered beasts. All right. So a double entendre on this precept, on that specific line, like the scriptures say, line up on line. So on that line, those wild beasts also is a representation of our people that are running around lawless, right? Partaking in all the rudiments of this wicked society. And it says that the wild beasts shall change their places. Well, when you go to Romans chapter 1, it says the same thing. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Romans and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change their natural use into that which is against nature. So the wild beast that is called a woman, she don't even want to be a mother. She don't want to be a wife. That's what she was created for. The man, according to the scripture, man was not created for the woman. The woman was created for the man. And according to Genesis 2:16, her desire is supposed to be unto that man.
Chapter 3,
her desire is supposed to be unto that man. Right? And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman. Right? And we ain't got to finish it, but that's just showing you that these wild beasts is not just only our animals of the actual animals, but we as beasts ourselves have lost our trajectory of our purpose of who we are and who we should be. And once again, this is learned behavior. Okay? Because Esau, he's a primitive freak off. Right? He taught these custom and ways to our people, but reading on, right? 2nd Esdras 5 and 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be often sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
Bring forth what?
Monsters.
See, and that's what's happening today, right? There's menstruous women bringing forth monsters. And it's going back to that confusion that you was talking about, Dave, right? Where the woman would choose the side dude over her main guy, right? Now you bringing forth a monster, right? Because the man not going to be in the house. He a side dude.
Carl.
That side dude, he the side dude. He ain't there.
Jake at work doing 16 hours a week, a day. Come home, she cheating, talking about he ain't never here. Because he at work making sure you got a damn roof over your head and food to eat. Like this, like I literally, when I stayed in Mount Vernon, we went to a little club, man. And I was sitting at the bar, me and Cuz, and we was talking to her Eve. And she literally said that's why she was in the club looking for a dude to deal with, because her guy, all he do is work. But that work is providing a house where you pay no bills.
See,
the same money that you in this club right now spending came from him doing them hours.
The Lord not dealing with the multiple husband syndrome. All right. I was talking to a sister about this like last week, like on like Sunday, right? I asked her, she was like, do you really think women, right, are thinking about, multiple men? That's disgusting. And I had to tell her, like, think about this. I had to give her accounts.
Maybe
you remember this and that? That's a multiple. You remember this, brother? He made himself a multiple husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things are really happening up in the world. And I do want to let me back on something that you said in regards to wild beasts. Let's get Job chapter 18, right? And verse number 2. Job chapter 18 and verse number 2.
And while they pulling that last line said that menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
Right.
Hey, if we lying, man, let the Lord clip us right now. How many Eves do you know right now today blame her nasty attitude because she on her cycle?
See that?
I'm on my period. So that gives you a right to be nasty and obnoxious, huh?
Right.
You've been living with that menstrual cycle, since you was probably 9 years old. You ain't figured out how to deal with it yet. You ain't got the proper things in place to deal with the cramps and all of that. So because you going through your menstrual cycle, something that you should be proud to be going through, because it's cleansing the filth out of your body, the toxic chemicals and everything out of your body, bringing your body back into a healthy state of balance. All right. And y'all and women turn their nose up at it. I wish I didn't never get a period. Well, you want to walk around filthy and diluted with just unclean and nasty if you didn't.
Right.
That's why it stink. Okay, because it's toxins and poisons coming out of your damn body. You should be happy.
How many women are happy nowadays?
No, they angry as hell and taking it out on the whole damn house. When she on her cycle, even the kids know to run and go lock themselves in their damn rooms and stay. The husband, man, what y'all doing? I'm on my way, brother. Don't nobody want to be in the house with her.
Right.
Hey, man. Come over.
Right.
See that? Somebody pull up the etymology of the word monster, because we're going to deal with beast first. But let's see what a monster is, because what it's saying is that menstruous women, they're going to bring forth the children that are worse than the beasts. Even more wicked children. Job chapter 18 and verse number 2. Right. And even still, the heathens can't say anything about us, right? Don't even talk about our nations, because y'all are vile and profane. Our people don't drink blood. All right. Give me that in Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7 real quick. All right. Whoever got that, Job 18 and 2.
This is the book of Job, chapter 18. We're going to start at verse 2. How long will it be, Salaki? How long will it be ere ye make an end of words?
All right.
Mark, and afterwards we will speak.
Keep reading.
Wherefore are we counted as beasts and reputed vile in your sight?
So he's asking, why are we counted as beasts and are counted as vile up in your sight? Right? So we're counted as beasts to the Most High God because of the way that we live. Right? Let's get Exodus chapter 11 and verse number 7 real quick.
Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Shall not a what?
Shall not a dog move his tongue.
So for as much as the clapping and the hissing that these other nations do towards us, you as dogs, you can't even move your tongue against the children of Israel. Everything that we got going on, we deal with in our home, right? We deal with in the home of our nation, right? Being that what I'm really saying is that all of those things, you got Esau, he talking about every time you bring up him killing our children, what he say? What about black people killing black people?
Exactly.
Black on black crime. That ain't none of your damn business. This is a whole nother nation's business. Read that again,
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Right?
Against man or beast.
Against what?
Against man or beast.
Man or beast. We know according to the book of 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse number 2, what a man is. A man keeps the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what makes you a man. But a beast does not. Simply, plain and simple. Right? Keep reading.
That ye may know how the difference the Lord put. That ye may know how the Lord do put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right. So there's still a difference between us. Right? The Lord still has a standard for us. And in regards to y'all, the Lord don't. Right? So you still can't do it. Give me the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse number 29.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8 and verse 29. And it reads, I'm in verse 7. I'm in 7. 29. Gotcha. Let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts.
That have lived like what?
Lived like beasts.
So the beast is talking about a lawless people. Right? Keep reading.
But to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law.
That taught thy what?
Thy law.
And so look at this, man. There's a people, our people are living like those that were not taught the law. That's what it's saying. That's what a beast is. So let's go back to that precept up in 2nd Ezra chapter 5 that Daniela brought out. What was that? Chapter 5 and verse number 10?
5 and verse number, I believe 9.
5 and 9, come.
It's like it.
No.
Read on that.
That was 8.
Wait,
5 and 8.
Keep reading on that real quick.
2nd Ezra 8 and verse number 29.
8 and 29, go to 30.
Okay.
Verse 30. Take thou no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts.
That are what?
Deemed worse than beasts.
I was just trying to get to the point, but
It's more on that bone.
Look, see?
Gotta skin it up.
Because we looking worse than beasts now because we done blended in right. This is going right with the precept that Danielle is bringing up in regards to the menstruous women bringing forth monsters. What's worse than a beast? A monster. All right? Literally, man. Bigfoot is worse than a gorilla. All right?
Because technically in the context of it, a beast is something that can be that you transform into by way of manner, behavior, as the scripture says. The lawless people, you become that. But if I read the etymological, you'll find out that a monster, you're born that way.
Right.
Right? You're born as that birth defect. You can't escape that. But to be a beast, you have a choice to be that. And that's what makes us worse. What did that scripture say? Make worse than
let it not be thy Salakia. Take thou no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts.
Worse than beasts. That would be your heathen nations.
No, Salakia. You acting worse than them.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they would be beef in its lowest form,
but you became
you worse.
Exactly.
And look what the Lord is telling us: take no indignation at them that are worse than beasts.
No, this is Job. This is Job asking for mercy for Israel. to the Lord. He's asking him, take note and don't hate them.
Yeah, don't have a righteous judgment or
there's
righteous hatred towards them.
Right. Like still count them your children. Those that have lived worse than beasts.
Yeah, but think
You
about the
basically-
Lord perspective on that. Man, I told y'all not to do this.
Right.
I gave you the laws and
Exactly.
commandments that'll put you above that behavior and that character. You chose to go down there and lay in the damn mud with them. I'm not supposed to be mad. I put you in all white and you're gonna go play in the mud.
Keep reading on that.
It is more. All right. But love them, Salakia. But love them that always put their trust in thy righteousness and glory.
Right. The righteousness and glory is the law. Right. Put our trust in the words of the Lord. Read verse 31 though.
For we and our fathers do languish of such diseases.
Of what?
Of such diseases.
See, to live as a beast is like a disease. It's like cancerous, right? Sin is likened unto death, and it's like a disease, literally, right? Keep reading.
Because of us sinners, thou shalt be called merciful.
But because the Lord, right, take pity on us because of this disease, he will be called merciful, right? Let's go back to that second Ezra chapter 5, though.
When in reality, he got all rights to just kill you.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's mercy.
So what Job was praying for was mercy from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But bring that out up in 2nd Ezra chapter 5.
Second Ezra chapter 5 and verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places,
right?
And the fire shall be oft sent out again. And the wild beasts shall change their places. And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
Now, when I want the etymology of the word monsters, I want it from Adam Online. That's what I want it from, right? So somebody can bring that up, right? Adam Online's etymology of monster.
So we have malformed animal or human.
It said what?
Malformed animal or human.
It's an animal or human. Right, which goes back to the precepts that we brought out in regards to man and beast. Right, keep reading.
Creature afflicted with a birth defect, from Old French monster, monstrosity.
That's it.
12th century.
So it said being afflicted with a what? I believe
a birth defect.
With a birth defect, we read about how those sins is like diseases. That's a birth defect. Sin is a birth defect.
Bro,
literally,
it says figuratively repulsive character, object of dread, awful deed, abomination.
It said what?
Abomination.
Look at that, man. And those are all the acts that the Lord hates from the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So when those menstruous women bring forth monsters, they're bringing forth abominations, abominable children. What you got?
I got more of a definition on the app of the etymological form of monster. It says a horribly deformed person, a badly behaved child.
A what?
A badly behaved child.
That's on the money, man.
Called him a brat.
A
brat.
A brat, man.
Ain't talking about the dogs either.
All right,
for real.
See that? And that's straight to the point, man. I need that app too.
Watch this. Now, when you go to Beast, it says one of the lower animals opposed to man, especially a 4-footed animal, also a marvelous creature, a monster, mermaid, werewolf, lamia, satyrs, the beast of the apocalypse, a brutish or stupid man.
I see that. Now it goes on to break down the word, right? From the 1837 Old English. This is what it says, right? The monster Grendel.
Beowulf,
right?
Off the movie Beowulf.
Right. Yeah. The monster Grendel was Algacia, right? A word related to algae, which means calamity, terror, distress, or oppression. We read about how children were the oppressors, right? And women ruled over them. The ruling over them is not only them having direction, it is actually is them having direction over their lives. That's why, like Jake, you got to get up in order, and even for women up in the truth, you got to kind of stand aside, right? When the man is being the lead that he's supposed to be.
Like Salakia, he go to order, right? When you think of it from an order or operation perspective, right? The father, 9 times out of 10, should be at work, right? So the old proverb says that the mother is the first teacher of the child. Why? Because she's the one that's going to be at home being a keeper of the home, as the scripture says. She should be doing, while the father is out at work. So the primary source of education that is coming to that child in its immediate stage of life is coming from the mother. What she what she's teaching her daughter is how to be a nurturer, a caregiver, right? A provider of the home. And she's also showing her son in that manner what type of woman he should be seeking after.
Right.
The father has to come home and set aside time to teach his children lessons.
Right.
To show his son how to deal with the mother, right? So that he would know how to deal with a woman, and the daughter to see how he deals with the mother, so she'll know how a man is supposed to deal with her.
Right. And Salakia, right? Oh, and while that is true, at the same time, all of those teachings are the teachings of the father, because the woman had to learn all that she knows from him, from her head. And that's scriptural.
Even giving credit to Jake
at all,
man.
At all.
No, let's get the book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse number 2.
As soon as you said that, you probably clicked off the video. Say, yep, nope, I ain't doing it.
It can never just be me. I can't win for losing.
And you the reason we die, according to the scriptures. You brought sin into this world.
See? And at the same time, we had to take a punishment because we have to learn how to rule over you.
See that?
And you have to, and you were given instruction while we was given a curse. Right now, we got to work for to the bone.
Man, I accept it, but you know, I'm gonna have a talk with the Most High if I make it to the kingdom, because I want to understand this. How she caused all this problem, man, and she get to live longer than us. It's proven. Eve lived longer than the man. She brought sin and death into this world, and our life was shortened. The average man dying at about 60. Eve living to 80, 90.
Because the burden is not on her, it's on us.
But she caused
through default.
Yeah, because you, as the head, should have not compromised your position as a leader.
Right.
Israelite man.
All right.
Eve go to stomping and talking crazy and getting loud, and Jake put his head down and be like, okay. Why? Because
like,
if he put, yeah, okay.
One more time, Mike.
Okay. Because if he put his foot down, she gonna call Esau. And Esau gonna come with the paddy wagon and the platinum bracelets and drag him off. Did he flinch at you? You know what? I think he did flinch at me. Get your ass up against that wall.
Right.
And drag you out of your house. My house. I was told that before. Well, why don't you just go and walk it off? Hold on, Playboy. This is my house. What do you mean I need to go and take a walk? This is my house. Her name ain't on this lease. Why I got to take a walk from my own house because she in my house being unruly? Well, she a female. So that makes it all right.
They trying to justify it.
I'm the one they gunning down in the damn streets. And I got to go walk around at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and still come back to my house with her with a nasty attitude.
And you know what Eve would say after the police officer say that? Or she a woman? And next argument y'all have, she'll be like, I'm a woman. And then want to try to go ahead and justify everything that she doing, which is wrong.
See that?
Now, as men, we already know. First, bring this out, and I'll say what I got to say.
3 and 2.
God.
For the Lord has given the father honor over the children.
Right. So the honor that the Lord then gave, for one thing, the children are our glory. Right.
Yeah, they yours, first of all, too.
Yeah.
Let's let that be known.
You know, we declare the seed, man. We declare the seed line.
They're yours.
Right. The Lord gave us honor because they're our joy, man. They're supposed to be your joy too, of course. You know what I'm saying? But there's a way that the children have to be raised, right? And that's why you have to learn under the tutelage of your head, because he has a way that he needs things to go in order to present you and the children to the Most High God.
How do I give you my most prized possession, tell you to hold this for me? And then when I come forward, you
claimed it for yourself.
You done figured out the value of it. And now you don't want to give me back my possession. And then you go and you get a damn cohort, a co-defendant, and y'all pass laws and write laws to help her kidnap your child from you. But yet in God we trust. But God said that the seed is determined by the man. That child was a living semen specimen that came from the father. That sperm cell traveled. It already was alive when it left the man. How you think it knew to swim up the fallopian tubes into the ovaries and see an egg laying there and burrow its way into the egg, attach on to the wall linings of those eggs and start sucking nutrients and proteins and vitamins, right, from the woman? And then that sperm cell look like a tadpole. It's a head with a tail. The head becomes your brain. The tail becomes your spinal cord. Your vascular system your vascular system starts to form. And then from there, you start your bone structure, and then you get the outer skin that grow around it. So it was already alive when it left the father's scrotum sac. That's his damn child, not yours. But the woman but Esau passed laws. Technically, that's kidnap, man. You kidnap my child from me and then make me pay a damn ransom, and I still never get my child.
Or you kidnap the child and you kill him from the womb.
You got a right to take my child to a damn chop shop and murder my child. When do the accountability kick in? Because they'll penalize the man. He didn't rape her.
You don't have no rights when it comes to your children.
He didn't look, did she agree to lay down with him and make that baby? Yeah, you did by default, because the moment you laid down and didn't say put a condom on or get some foam or get the woman's little condom that they got for her, when you use no contraceptive to prevent pregnancy, you by default agreed to have that baby. You know what comes from that. So you shouldn't be able to later on to make some lame ass excuse and go and murder that child. And Esau know what he's doing, because they won't let her get an abortion until the child is developed. She has to wait a certain amount of months before she can actually get the damn abortion. And that amount of months equate to that child actually being a living fetus.
Right.
Now, it'd be different if you committed the abortion when it was just a blood clot. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It then kind of turned into how the millipede going to the cocoon. And life is suspended. Animation is no life at that moment because it's really being rebirthed again. Now, if you did it at that time, maybe as a blood clot, but you make her wait until the baby is literally formed.
So the baby got his organs.
Got organs, right? Yeah. Got limbs and all, and then you go in and you suicide chop up the baby, man. It's off as hell, man. And the Lord gonna deal with their ass for that.
The Lord gonna deal with them in a way. You got to pay for that life that you took. You took that life, now your life on the line.
Shit up.
That's how it should be too.
Read that again. Honest. I need that read again.
This is this is Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 2.
Right.
For the Lord has given the father honor over the children.
Right.
And have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons.
Over the what?
Over the sons.
So the women have authority over the sons because the man is out there. He may be at war, right? He may be at plantation, right? So automatically you become like the brother said, the first teacher, of the son or daughter of the child. But by default, the teacher is actually the man if he's around, man. Now you got to stand aside to realize that in the scriptures, there's only monsters of children because we're not there. And once you take a grand look at things, it's because our rights as parents are diminished through you and the so-called white man.
Run the system.
And he knows what he's doing. You think that he didn't look? You wasn't in those fields. You was not able to read or teach the Bible for a reason. You got your tongue cut out if you knew how to read these scriptures for a reason. You don't think that he sat up in there and he's like, "Ooh, yeah, we gonna use that." Damn, that's it right there.
And they still playing our people for the fool because they got our household so damn divided that. But when you see them, Esau, he's at home with his wife and his kids.
You take a look
his
at
wife
this.
Greeting him at the front door. Hey, honey, how was your day? Here go your slippers. I got your supper in the refrigerator on the stove. Go and take your shower. Jake walked through the door and he ducking frying pans and skillets.
See that?
If he even got a home to come to, with a wife and kids waiting on him. But every other race is at home. This is why Moab, he'll disown his children. You go over to his homeland, he literally kill his children, his daughter, if she go out there and disgrace their family's heritage and their culture and their moral values.
He said, hell no. You dishonor your family, your mother, your father, your cow, all that, man. Even the cow got dishonor.
And kill her.
Yeah, man.
Ishmael the same way.
He
would kill his daughters.
He'll dig a hole knee deep.
On the real.
And stone her.
Every other race hold fast to the laws of the Most High God in regards to the hierarchy that he set.
Hold on,
except the people he gave the law to.
Elam will tie his daughter to a tree. These is videos that brother.
This is real life.
He will tie his daughter to a tree and beat her with a branch.
Yeah.
You better not ever.
Hey man, and not just
the
him.
Slurpee dude, he ain't nothing to play with when it comes to his children.
Yeah, Apu get it in.
Yeah.
And not just him though. I mean, he'll beat her. The mama will beat her.
And then the rest of the village.
The whole village. But ain't that scripture?
Yeah.
When your children are out of order, you bring them to the elders of the village.
Yeah.
They keeping God's law. But the Lord told us that. If he had gave his law to them people, they'd have kept it better than you Israelites. And they do. But they create the system that allows you to go astray from the law by telling you you can be lawless in the eyes of the Lord and do whatever the hell you want, and he'll still love you while they're following his law to the letter as they can, but it's no salvation for them at the end. It's not salvific for them. Right? It's in vanity for them, but yet they still do it. Me and Cap was in, what was we at? We went to the slaughterhouse the other day, right?
Right.
Damn Greek, man. Greek the freak pull up on us, see us in there with the fringes on. And the man is praising the Most High and calling scriptures and all of this. We sitting there saying to each other, we walking out the store like, how the hell is this heathen abiding by the laws of the Lord to this like this, man? And he's sincere. The man calling scriptures, and I mean, he about that life.
That serves as a witness.
And there's nothing for him to come from it.
That serves as a witness against you.
See that?
Because him acting like that is pissing the Lord off. Please understand that. It's pissing him off, man. Hell, it should piss you off that every other nation got their children up in order, their wives in order, right? How the structure,
Even he playing his part.
He playing his part, man. He got himself up in order. But when you look at the chosen people of God, we just continuously profane the Lord.
How do you not see it as an act of whoredom and whoremongering? Jacob literally tell you, I ain't no sucker, I ain't taking care of no woman, but then he'll go to the strip club.
Yeah, and throw bands. He not even making it rain. He making it flood up in that.
I'd rather go home, tell my wife to put on some sexy lingerie and make it rain on her. At least the money stay at home.
Right.
At least the money get going right back into our bills being paid and all that.
They're gonna say the minister off. No, all right. The bedroom is under. They're gonna be. They're gonna be like, it's not comely. You got brothers talking about that he make it rain on his wife, brother. All right,
you can role play if you want to. That's just spicing up your relationship. That ain't unlawful. Right. Just like the debate of lust. Oh, brother, you can't lust. Yes, I know I can't lust after another woman. I can lust after my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So that plays right in the role.
Yeah.
So even Paul told you, if you ain't married, then hey, don't get married. But if you're gonna be out there lusting and fornicating, you better get you a wife.
Exactly.
And fulfill the desires of those lust with her.
Right.
You err not knowing the scriptures.
Being simple, man.
Read this right
Or
here.
as elder like to say, damn being over righteous, man.
Right. You so super brew that you don't. You and your wife don't do nothing.
See?
You got a dowry for no reason. You gave a dowry for no reason. Ain't no consummation. Read that out.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 27 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Let the Lord, the God of the spirit of all flesh,
Right.
set a man over the congregation,
Read.
which may go out before them, and which may go in before them, and which may lead them out, and which may bring them in, that the congregation of the Lord be not as sheep which have no shepherd.
Right, which means that everybody going according to their own thoughts. Everybody doing what they want to do. It's nothing but chaos up in the land. We know that if you look at it from a broad spectrum, yes, there's fault on brothers for not being up in a position that they're supposed to be up in. When you look at it from a broader perspective, you don't think that Esau saw that precept and said, "This is how we gonna do things." Oh, we gonna pin them against each other.
Because you got brothers that's trying and want to play their position, but the system is designed for him not to be able to arrive.
Exactly,
in that
because
position
all
to
the
do
power is in the hands of who? Who they put all the power in the hands of? You have power to kill my children.
Eve.
That should be born. You have power to take me to court, take 50% of everything I got, and 100% of my children away from me. You have power to say, I don't get to see my children. I get to have no fatherly influence on my children.
Think about this. He would tell, okay, and this is off as hell. We don't condone this in no shape, form, or fashion. I don't give a damn who is falling by the hands of. All right. But just say Jake got dealt with an Eve, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know somebody in this little situation. Eve was a runaway. Jake met her, right, at a train station. Okay. And she looked every bit of the age that she said she was, but she wasn't. Right. Jake ended up getting charged with a sexual case against her. Right. The case is pending. He's going to court. So technically, he has not been found guilty of that act yet.
Right.
Because that's the whole court process, and to investigate and find out, did he know she was underage?
Right.
Right. And willingly pursued her. So while that's going on, he got daughters that he's no longer allowed to be around and see because Esau deems him as a sexual predator because a female lied about her age, basically tricked him into the position of having sex with her, knowing that she was a minor because to sleep with this man was beneficial to her. She was a runaway. She needed a place to live. She needed food.
No.
This brother, he kind of decent, right? In regards to his financial standards. So who meets someone and says, let me see your ID? If you look a certain way, you conduct and carry yourself a certain way, you're liable to believe that who they say they are, right? But then later on down the line, when things don't go the way she wanted it to go, or it may have just been her manipulation tactic from the start, she goes and holler rape. Now, this brother has a rape case pending against him that he has to fight to prove his innocence, that he did not know she was underage and that he was tricked. But while he's going through that, he's not allowed. He's on the pedophile list now.
Right.
He can't be around his own daughters now. But then yet Esau will pass a law that says, let's lower the age of marriage to 13 so that grown men can sleep with young girls. Isn't that, man? See the confusion in that? How you going to penalize a brother and put him on a pedophile list? Now he got to be registered as a sexual offender wherever he go and deal with that crap on his name. But yet you're on the flip side telling people you're passing the law to make the age to marry a 13-year-old. So if he'd have married her as an underage, he would have been fine. Right? But you got Rabbi, you did talking about it's no big deal to sleep with an 8-year-old, 9-year-old and pop her hymen. It'll grow back.
That's madness.
Then they just passed some other thing they fighting about, trying to say, not to call it pedophilia no more, is minor attraction or some stuff like that they got going on.
Minor attraction. That
Yeah.
sounds worse than the
As
word
As if
pedophile.
it's saying it's out of your control who you're attracted to. But it still does not give an underage person the right to consent to an adult act of sex. Because if you're gonna say they're old enough to consent to an act of sexual pleasures, then that same person that's an underage should be allowed to get a gun, buy drugs, buy liquor, have a driver's license. You can't say it's legal to do these acts at this age, but then it's illegal at that same age to do this and do that. You got to be grown. You have to be a certain age to buy liquor. But you can go and have sex at that age.
Especially in a world where you can identify as whatever you want.
You see what I'm saying? Then there shouldn't be no laws about nothing. If I could be whatever the hell I want, at whatever age I choose to recognize myself as, then I should be able at that same age. So I'm 10 and I identify as a 40-year-old. Let me get a 6-pack and let me get a 5th.
Hell, I'm transfinancial. All right, now let me write this check and let me withdraw $10 million from the bank.
Out of a fictitious bank account that I don't even have. Right. And if you deny me, hey man, that's called discrimination.
Yeah, I'm pressing charges.
He's gender discriminating against me. This is the confusion.
All right.
Jake want to beat the hell out of a transgender or whatever, and then when the police come, he say, I'm transgender too. So technically, you can't charge me with a hate crime now.
You see that?
See, y'all so gung-ho about legalizing all of this wickedness and profaneness that go against the Lord that you're not thoroughly thinking about it on the back end.
Right.
So the next time I see somebody that's moving according to Leviticus 20 and 13, and I proceed to bash his head in, right? I could easily just say, oh, I'm transgender too. And it's supposed to be no harm, no foul. But if a straight person bashes their head in, you go to jail for an act of discrimination.
It's a straight male. I've never heard of no cases, never seen no videos of Eve catching a hate crime for a so-called LGBTQ member.
See? They got the highest level of domestic violence.
Yeah.
But you don't hear nobody talking about that. Regular Jake scared to put his hand on Eve, and he's scared to tell you that Eve beating him at home. But these same-sex relationships, they around here domestic violence and the hell out of each other, stabbing each other, shooting each other, all type of madness.
Right.
But you don't see that because that negative perspective of that act, it puts a dark cloud over them trying to make sunshine out of their wicked behavior.
Right.
As if being with the same, and evil use that as an excuse. How the hell you 40 years old with 13 kids, now all of a sudden you gay?
See that?
And it's Jake's fault too. Don't forget that. Eve quick to holler is because of a dude why she's that way.
See, back then they used to call it a mental illness.
See that?
It's still shown as a mental illness, but
it's still taught as a mental illness.
That's just the way of life. Now they teaching kids that hey, you could choose your own gender.
Whose life though is that a way of?
Come on,
because that's not a custom found in the Bible. That don't belong to the children of Israel.
That's the Edomitic way of the Edomites, man. The so-called white man. He come up with so many profane things, man, that at this point, can't nobody keep up with him. Like he the most profane bastard on this earth.
All right.
And he push it. Like he tries to force it on everybody else. You got the LGBT trying to force their way on other people.
Right.
And then when you fight back, what happens? You get thrown in there. Hate crime.
Okay.
Can't even get out.
Right. So let's grab one more precept before we close out the lesson. The name of the lesson was These Streets Ain't Nothing to Play With. All right. These streets not a game. It really ain't nothing to play with. So let's get the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse number 18.
This First Corinthians chapter 3 and verse number 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise.
Keep reading.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
For the what?
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
So look, man, being up in these streets, man, and being a part of the world, there ain't nothing to play with, especially when dealing with the Most High God, because there's repercussions afterwards. Keep reading.
For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Right? Keep reading.
And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain.
For the wise in this world, they're vain. Keep reading.
Therefore, let no man glory in men, for all things are yours.
Right. For all things are the children of Israel's, man. Those that keep the law, statutes, and commandments. The world is going to make you think that a multitude of wickedness is equal to good, but it's not. It's repercussions. And half the time, those repercussions are actually death. They're signified as death in the scriptures, man. Right? All that hate the Lord love death. That's what the Lord said. Right? So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, all praises for listening to another Sabbath lesson, and I pray that the Lord then edified you through the Spirit through this lesson, and even examining ourselves, even in the same state that we were speaking in. All right, Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Khan. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. There's a touch.